Welcome to the Bath and Body Works presentation. Please join us in welcoming Aaron Hawk, Program Manager, DEI and University Relations, Candace Boley, Senior Manager of Talent Acquisition, and Amanda Clopton, Senior Inventory Development Analyst from Bath and Body Works.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I know it sounds like it's been a rather exciting day today, and hopefully lots of really great conversations with all of the partners here at the career fair. So really excited to present on behalf of Bath and Body Works today. I have an opportunity to talk a little bit about who we are, get to know our company a bit more, and you know what we stand for, what we believe in, and then talk a bit about our summer internship programs. I will make one note. As you can see, I am the only person here, so those other individuals, they're manning the chat booths and will be part of the team here this afternoon and tomorrow. We also have another individual that'll be around to answer questions and hopefully engage with some of you this afternoon or tomorrow. To quickly reintroduce myself, my name is Aaron Hawk. I am the program manager for DE&I and University Relations here at Bath and Body Works. I've been with the company for a little over a year and just recently stepped into this role. I have a big passion for early talent development and really love to engage with students and people early in their career and provide that mentorship. And this has been a fantastic opportunity for me. So it's really exciting, again, to be involved in this type of presentation as well. So for an agenda for today, as I hit on, and you can see on the screen, so we'll do a bit of a BBW. So Bath and Body Works, we go by BBW. It's so much easier to say, not to be confused with Bed Bath and Beyond. So if you've said that in your life, it's okay. It happens all the time, but we are Bath and Body Works. So BBWI, we're a publicly traded company. So we'll go over a little bit of an overview, and then we'll transition into the program overview. So what does our summer internship look like? What's the ins and outs of the program? What do we look for? Qualifications. And then we'll also talk about just kind of job opportunities within Bath and Body Works as a holistic overview. And then definitely, do we have some time set in for questions as well. So Bath and Body Works, our purpose. It says it right there. If you go to our website or you go to our stores, you'll really get this passion in our stores. We really do want to make the world a brighter and happier place through the power of fragrance. I've fallen in love with this brand. Like I said, I've been here a year, and I've definitely become a more avid customer when you go into our stores and you see the energy and excitement. And that really holds in our corporate culture here at our home office in Columbus, Ohio as well. We don't take ourselves too seriously with that as well, which I think is really, for me, a nice little cherry on the top of the cake as well, for a company to be in. We're committed to creating a diverse and equitable and inclusive culture. We want people to be authentic. We want people to show up as themselves in every situation. It's one of the reasons that I joined Bath and Body Works. They've been circled on my radar as far as a Columbus-based company here for the 15 years that I've been in this town. And I joined because of the commitment they're making in that space, and not just walking the walk, but really pushing the envelope. And we want people to push us as well and make us better. We encourage that. So our values, the customer rules, diversity, equity, and inclusion make us stronger. Passion leads to success, and it matters how we play the game. Brands really start with customers. We're very unique in our relationship with the customers. They guide every decision we make. We listen to our customers. We do a lot, and we change a lot because of what our customers and the values that they're telling us. For example, we're changing some of our sustainability efforts because of what our customers, it's the right thing to do, but our customers are also demanding it of us. So making sure that we're thinking about the future, not only, better for the earth, but also better for us. Diversity, equity, and inclusion make us stronger. And we embrace diversity culture, where everyone has a chance to really belong and be heard and valued and treated with respect. We know as a company that diversity is going to make us a better brand. We can bring more thought, more diverse backgrounds, and more ideas. It'll really only help us as a brand. We'll be able to reach more customers, and customers will feel more included and want to be part of our brand as well, and help drive our revenue. Passion leads success. Again, like, as I hit at the beginning, go into one of our stores, meet our retail associates. There is an energy, I think inside of our stores that is unparalleled. It's hard to not be happy when you're in the store. It smells great and all that fun stuff, but there's just so much energy around the people that work in our stores, and it does translate to our corporate culture here as well in the home office. People really want to do great work, and we believe in the mission of creating a brighter and happier place through scent, and don't take ourselves seriously. So that really rings true. And then it matters how we play the game. Having those high standards in ourselves, holding each other accountable, being a part of our community and doing better for the, not only the community, but also the greater, good of, our entire world, right? As far as our sustainability efforts and our efforts with diversity, equity, and inclusion. So leading on that, how we're doing our part, we're committed to improving the lives of people in underserved and underrepresented communities. We give a lot of time, money, and resources. We have large organizations that we partner with, obviously on a local level. We have national organizations. Our internal resource groups that we'll talk about a little bit, they all have subcommittees that are focused on giving time. I'm part of our Mosaic community that is in the subcommittee that's really, our goal is to go work with underserved youth in Central Ohio, whether it be helping set up a school to get them prepared, so doing some cleaning and helping set up classrooms for teachers, or doing meals, doing after school activities. We also give, product away at times. I think one of the really unique things that we also do is we have an associate for associate program. So you can elect at time that you're hired to give a small portion, as small as $1 or greater, to the associate for associate program. And so if somebody's in need and somebody is struggling to get by, our associates have that resource that it's led by all of the rest of our team to go in and be able to, feel like they've got some support financially if needed. So we want to provide those safe spaces, those basic needs, and that path to self-sufficiency through a lot of these programs. Another really big program that we like to talk about that I sometimes share a video is there's a large cancer research ride that happens every year in Columbus, Ohio, and we are a major partner in that. And so you do anywhere from 20-mile bike ride to a 200-mile bike ride over the course of a couple of days. And we encourage all of our associates to get involved, whether it be volunteering, whether it be riding, whether it be raising money. Our guiding principles. So diversity, equity, inclusion make us stronger. Our goal is to achieve a diverse work environment in which all individuals are treated fairly and respectfully. We really believe in that. Our inclusion resource groups, they're there to foster that inclusion and authenticity. We have circles where we make sure that we're pushing the envelope and we're getting that feedback to our senior leaders if we're not doing the things that we want to do. So we provide that development and bringing awareness and education to all of our associates. And we really want to, again, foster that culture that's anti-racist and consists of active allies. I've gotten involved as an active ally in multiple of our different organizations within the IRG community. And it's been a really a great safe space for a lot of people, and then also a lot of learning for us as well. So as I said, our inclusion resource groups. So when we want everyone to belong, so we have these inclusion groups down here below on the screen. So our All In, our Connexion, Emerge, Evolve, Haven, Mosaic, Maverick, and Win. So All In is for our Asian, and Pacific Islanders. Conexion is for our Hispanic and Latin population. Emerge is for early talent. Emerge is a really unique one. It's led by people who are closer in age, maybe in or kind of life experience to a lot of you that are out here on this call today. They've navigated their first couple of years in a corporate environment. It can be challenging, and so they've really stepped up to be those peer mentors to help out and help you navigate the workplace. Evolve is for our LGBTQIA population. Haven is for disability and accessibility population. Mosaic is for our BIPOC population. Maverick for military and family members, and then WIN is for our women inclusion network. All of these are for people who identify and the allies. So a bit about the company, right? So overall, you've shopped our stores. You maybe know who we are, but how big are we? Where are we at? So Bath and Body Works, we're based here in Central Ohio, so Columbus, Ohio. We have two main offices in Columbus, Ohio, separated by the different functional area, depending on what part of the business you're in. And so we've got about 2,000 associates in our corporate office. And at any given time, up to about 50,000 store associates. During our peak holiday season, we actually will get all the way up close to 100,000. So we're actually hiring right now for stores. I think we're trying to hire 30,000 associates in the next 6 weeks to help us out for the holiday push. We've got 1,750 stores across the United States. We also sell online as well. We had a really incredible couple year run of our .com platform has really expanded. We started in 2015 with $500,000 in sales and did $2 billion in sales last year online. Last year we did about $8 billion in sales as well as a total business. One of the things that I'll hit on a little bit here later that's on this slide is about 95% of our products are produced domestically. So when you think of a brand our size, the amount of products and SKUs, if you go into the store, you can see all of the different products, all the different packaging and labeling. 95% of that's produced in the US. So not just it comes to the US, but the plastics are made here, the glass is made here, it's labeled here. And so I'll dive into that a little bit more here next. So that how we do that and produce everything is we have what we call our beauty park. It's located about 2 miles from our corporate office. And really what it is it is a collection of different vendors and businesses that help support us. So several years ago, this idea was created by one of our early founders and CEOs, and it was to create a much faster way to respond to the market. And it's really created an incredible amount of value, obviously, to the city of Columbus through jobs. But for us as a brand, we can push ourselves a little bit more, be a little bit more innovative and agile in how we're responding to market trends. So we have, in these buildings, there is someone who does the filling of a fragrance. Then there's somebody that maybe labels that fragrance. Someone will package it. The plastics are actually being produced. The aluminums are being produced. And it all can get back to our corporate home office and out to our distribution centers. So we have 9 distribution centers here in Columbus. And then we also have distribution centers throughout the United States and network. So when we did this, we took our supply chain from I think it was like the stat is 15,000 miles on average to 7 miles on average. And how we leverage that is when we launch a new scent in the spring, if it does really well, we can actually order more of it and have it in our stores before that newness goes away. Whereas most organizations, they miss that window. If something does really well, they've sold out. There's no way that they're able to respond and get that product back in the store in time. So it's really been fantastic for us. So our internship program. So what you're all here, hopefully, to want to learn about a little today is, so we do offer an internship program at Bath and Body Works. Typically every year we hire anywhere around 50 to 60 interns. So for next year, we are going to hire 60 interns. We have a 10-week program. It is hybrid. And we want, it's 40 hours a week. So it is a full-time, hybrid program. Hybrid means a little bit different to us depending on the part of the business you're in. But for the internship program, we really want people here in Columbus, Ohio. So that would be one of the things that would be a qualifier. We found that over the years, especially not having an internship program a couple of years ago, and then last year being remote, there was a craving for creating a sense of community with our interns. You'll have an amazing opportunity to meet with our leaders and get to know some of your peers in the building, but not getting to know the rest of the interns and having this sub tribe to work and grow and build your worldview and learn a little bit more. So we really have doubled down and we're making sure it's going to be hybrid this year. So we're going to cover housing for anyone who's not local to Columbus, Ohio. Make sure you have a place to live. We're going to pay really competitively for our program as well. And that way you can focus on the work and really get to know some of those coworkers and not just the leaders of your program. Oh, during the program, we also have a associate discount, so 40% off on our stores, and we do pay for a couple of holidays. So I think Juneteenth and July 4th are the two holidays that fall in the summer that would be paid holidays for the program. Our program areas for the internship, so merchandising, planning and allocation, finance, accounting, analytics, supply chain ops, logistics, IT and digital, creative design, and corp strategy. So a bit about each of those. If you go to our job and look into our booth, there should be a link somewhere. I think it's the internship. There's a nice graphic of summer 2023 internship. You should be able to link into that and see the different job areas, a little bit of a description. But merchandising, really that's the center of the wheel for us. Our merchants really drive a lot of our revenue growth, and every aspect of our business does touch into merchandising. So the finance team and planning and allocation and all of those other areas. But merchants are really close to the product. They're studying our customer. They're understanding the trends in the marketplace. What does our customer want? What's the smell that is a new trend? What is the packaging? Is it stripes or is it polka dots or whatever? And they're getting that assortment and making sure it's there for our customers in store. So a lot of shopping of our competitors, but also interviewing and listening to the customers. Planning and allocation, that area makes sure that once we have that merchandise, that we're able to get it in the stores in the right quantity and the right inventory volumes to make sure we meet this customer needs and we're not falling short of the amount of product we need. So a heavy analytical role, people who have economics or finance and a passion for retail, really do well in this area because you're looking at Excel spreadsheets, you're looking at data, you're looking at inventory and space and making sure that we have that right product in and pairing up with the merchants. Finance and accounting, finance is what it is. So tracking revenue, tracking our planning and allocation, and then accounting. So degrees in finance, accounting, economics really work out well in that area. Supply chain ops and logistics. So the supply chain operations space is really about, again, making sure that we're able to get all of that product to store. So not necessarily the right product and the right levels, but can we get it from our logistics partners into the store? There's some engineering aspects to it, as well as the analytical aspect to it. And then logistics, we have leadership opportunities. If you really want to be a hands-on leader in our distribution centers and leading the team, leading from the front, there's a career path in that as well, where you get an opportunity to make sure that the operations are running appropriately in our different buildings. IT and digital operations. So we're a large SAP customer. So a lot of our technology runs on the SAP platform. And then we obviously have a large digital platform as well. So bathandbodyworks.com, that's an e-commerce site. And so we have a lot of individuals in those areas to support the business. In creative and design, So, for designers, if you're graphic design or you're 2D, 3D, you're doing things in a kind of a creative capacity, we need someone to create the images for our website. We need someone to create images on our products and our labeling. And so sometimes it's print, sometimes it's graphic, sometimes it's maybe we want a new hand soap and we want the packaging to look a little bit differently. And so someone's maybe going to do a 3D rendering and send it to print and then go work with one of our partners to get it to production. So that's really in that design area, creative, same opportunities, but typically more in the photography space, again, in design as well. And then corporate and strategy are a kind of a catch-all. So we have flight operations, obviously, we have HR, real estate, other areas that innovation, brand, our new business opportunities really fit within that corporate strategy. So qualifications for our internship, we look for current juniors. So a current junior, I know, can be a little bit different. So really we think of the graduation dates, that December 2023 through August 2024 graduation dates, what's really important to us. We want to make sure this is a feeder program for us. So we want you in your kind of your last summer internship. Our goal is to come in and try to have offers at the end of the program. We're not always perfect because it's a business need thing. So we don't always have an opportunity to make an offer at the end of the program, but that really is our goal, to offer our interns at the end of the program. And sometimes we will extend you part-time maybe throughout the remainder of that spring semester of your senior year as well, to do some work, and we can do it in a remote fashion if you need to go back to school. We really want people interested in retail, and then like a technical functional area. So whether that be finance or something analytic or something more creative. So that's really what we look for from an interest level. We want people to align with our brand values. So the things that I hit on before, we know that diversity, equity, inclusion make us stronger. We want people to align with that. We want people that have a passion and curiosity and that determination to learn. As I said, it's in Columbus, so we need people that are willing to relocate here for the summer. And also, we want people that are, open to Ohio for future full-time employment. Understand that, that's a big decision to make 2 years from now. But what we don't want is someone that says, no way I'll ever live in Columbus, Ohio. I'm only going to live in New York City or my hometown. And then, like I said, the program's 10 weeks. So we really needed to be here for that time because it is so short. 10 weeks goes by really, really quickly. And so we definitely want to make sure that you're here, engaged for the entire summer and not missing a bunch of time. As far as the actual program, I think we hit a little bit. The internship program, it's a mixture. So you'll have a day in the life of your job. So depending on the functional area you're in, you would get an opportunity to see what is it like to be a merchandiser? What is it like to be an accountant for Bath & Body Works? What is it like to be developing in Java at Bath & Body Works? So you have a mixture of that day-to-day as well as a project. Depending on the group, sometimes it is a group project, but a lot of times it's an individual project that you'll present to our senior leadership team at the end of your program. So that takes up the majority of your time during the program. And then there's about that 3 to 5 hours every week of developmental opportunities and networking and leadership exposure. So we make sure, again, with a cohort of 60, that we do a lot of things together as a greater group, so you can continue to get better from each of your peers, and increase, like I said, increase your network and increase your worldview. So we'll do, some social events, some networking events, fireside chats, personal development, brand development, how to navigate a corporate culture, how to send an email in a corporation. Those things are different, that we want to make sure that we teach you. Our goal is to make you better, period. If you're better for us and it works out, great, but we've done our job if you're a better person and you're a more well-rounded professional coming out of this program. I put this slide up because I know a lot of times these questions get asked, right? So will this internship lead to full-time? I think I've already hit that a little bit. So yes, it is. The goal is to create that early pipeline. As I said, there is opportunity for fall extensions oftentimes where we can stay employed virtually. If you're an international student, yes, we will work with international students. We'll help you out with your visa, and then even post graduation, if you're on like an OPT, we will work through the visa process and in the future as well. So I know we have a process for kind of interview. This is kind of generic process, but everyone that will come through our program will go through the same process. We do a Spark Hire one-way video interview. We evaluate everyone based on that as a team, and then collectively pull people in and start doing live interviews before we move into some sort of final assessment interview. So I talked about this a little bit, but I like to share this this slide because it shows how our business and the merchants really drive our business, but it shows how all the other areas and segments of our business contribute to the performance. So it's a neat virtual. So designs obviously work with our merchants to create those concepts. Our planning and allocation team, they're the closest partner, making sure we're getting the right product. Finance, is every aspect of our business, every function. Oh, sorry. And so that's, this is really what all the different roles and how they all, really play together in Bath and Body Works. So questions, I don't know how I'm doing on time here, Eves. So hopefully I've left enough time, or maybe not too much, but would love to.
Yeah, Aaron, they'll let us know. But we do have some questions in the chat. I'll share in a minute with us. I just want to introduce myself to the participants. One of the directors at Student Professional Development here at UNCF, and I'll be the program manager for the Bath and Body Works program. So obviously I'll be the one looking over your applications. Anything you submit to us, I'll be the one reviewing that information before it even gets to Aaron. So I just wanted to introduce myself. Obviously, you can email me afterwards with any questions that may come up after. Or if you have any questions specifically about the application, you can do that. And obviously you already have the link for the application, and my information is on there. So continue to add those questions into the chat. If you don't want to do that, but you want to connect with us in the virtual booth for Bath and Body Works, you can do that as well. We have 2 minutes, so let me this one thing I wanted clarification on, Aaron. It was around, so question, but if it may be helpful to whether or not students need to live. Okay, so you're not saying that students need to live in Columbus to apply, right? You're saying that once they have been hired for the position, they would have to go there.
Yep. And we'll help out with for the summer, it's a plane flight, or gas reimbursement if you want to drive your car, depending on where you are. So we would help you out with getting here that first time, and then at the end of the summer, and then we're looking at, likely we're going to stay in a local college campus. We haven't completely confirmed that yet. We're seeing if there's some other options, but what we've done in the last few years is a small local college. So everyone gets their own room. You don't have a roommate, you're not sharing it anymore. And it would be furnished like a dorm. So it would really you would need to bring your personal belongings. So not like you're having to travel and come furnish an entire apartment by yourself. So if we don't do the dorm style, we'll do a furnished kind of corporate housing. But there was a give and take with the dorms last year, and actually the feedback was really positive, because the dorm did create that sense of community. They celebrated birthday parties together, and milestones and achievements by having everyone kind of in the same space. So hopefully that answers. But yeah, don't have to live in Columbus. You have to be open to moving here, and we'll help out with that.
Wonderful. All right, this is a super technical question, but I like it. What are the current supply chain operations and manufacturing related problems BBW experiencing, what technical innovations do you believe can be created or implemented to overcome them?
That is deep. Like the rest of the kind of the macro environment, right? So everyone's facing a little bit of supply chain issues. The biggest challenge that we have is really cost of raw materials and cost of transportation. That's obviously affecting us. It costs more to get something from point A to point B. But with that said, from a supply chain, we're not facing the same challenges that a lot of other retailers are, because like I described in the beauty park, everything is so close to us. We aren't having inventory issues. We aren't having a problem getting product because we can produce that product in demand and be really, really, really agile and listen to our customers. So we don't have to overbuy. And if we underbuy, we can typically respond really, really quickly and still get the product in store. Again, when you take your supply chain from 13,000 miles coming from, Vietnam or somewhere in China to it's, coming from New Albany, which is 3 miles away from where my office is in kind of the greater Columbus area, and then out to our stores. So those major challenges aren't there. From a technology perspective, I can't speak to it great, but we are opening a new distribution center here in Columbus. So it's going to be called DC9, and it's going to be a kind of a state-of-the-art distribution center. It's going to, I think the goal is to obviously help us be even more agile and cost-effective in the logistics centers. So hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah, I think, well, of course, here I am. I didn't ask the question. So, no, I think that's a good way of answering that question. We are out of time. One thing I would recommend all participants do is to transition to our virtual booth, and then obviously we can connect there. You can ask your questions in the chat, and then myself or Aaron or one of Aaron's team members will be able to answer any of your questions. Thank you once again for taking the time to participate. Hopefully you'll have a great rest of your day. Hopefully I'll be seeing your emails after this if you have any questions about the application. Have a great rest of your week and day. Thank you.
Thank you, Yves, and thank you all.
Bye-bye.